All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we got some brand new information regarding Doomsday. Now, once again, take this with a grain of salt because I really think they're just working on the script right now. Obviously, they're not going to go and start filming Secret Wars and Doomsday until next year in London. But I still think it's a good idea to, that they're obviously pitching. They're obviously in the writer's room. The Russo brothers have obviously already started if they're getting $80 million. Like, let's be real now, but I don't think the script is done. Anyways, let's go over the brand new information coming from a new scooper. Well, not a new scooper, a more new scooper. I actually know this person, so let's go into it. So essentially, main middleman. There won't be a battle world in the MCU. Doom will cause the greatest incursion, merging many universes into one and irreversibly collapsing the entire multiverse. How will he do it? Well, by sitting on the throne of Loki. Now, this is something that I actually have been talking about lately, saying, what if Doctor Doom went up to Loki, because now God Loki, and took his powers, and say like at the end of Doomsday, we see Doctor Doom, and he's like this, and he's like sitting on Loki's chair, and it's like, I could see something like that and him just destroying it, essentially causing a huge incursion, causing all these worlds essentially to crash and like form into one instead of obviously crashing and exploding and turning into the void. That's actually a really cool concept, and it's kind of like Secret Wars. So obviously Doctor Doom took different worlds and added different parts of them to this battle world, but this is kind of like a cooler concept if we're being real. You could have like part of 838, part of 616, part of all these other universes, 1005, and so on and so forth. And you could have a bunch of their different parts of their worlds on there. So we could go and we could see like Toby's New York, or we could see Multiverse of Madness, like Illuminati headquarters or something like that. I think that'd be super cool. But next up, they go on to say, the concept is that Doom won't create a world stitched together from others. He'll create a multiverse in its own way and will force everyone to fight for their own reality. They want Doom to be the most unkind, brutal, and merciless of the MCU villains. Once again, the concept is that Doom will not create a world stitched together, so I was already wrong. He'll create a multiverse in its own way and will force everyone to fight for their own reality. And then someone went on to say, feels like a more complicated way instead of just doing Battle World. And yeah, it really does. It sounds like it's kind of complicated, but at the same time, I've actually said this a lot too, and a lot of my friends can vouch for this. Like, imagine like Tobey Maguire fighting Tom Holland, and whoever's world loses dies. Essentially just incursions. But it's kind of weird because they're like, okay, are the worlds overlapping and it's turning into one universe? I mean, obviously he just said its own multiverse, so that really is kind of confusing if we're being honest. But then there's a reply to that person saying it sounds more complicated, and Middleman goes on to say it's simple. They want to close down the multiverse. Collapsing the multiverse irreversibly is the only way. The way to solve this is to, at the end, create a single universe by merging and unifying everything, everyone, a new soft retconned universe without a multiversal threat. And obviously, once again, it's kind of like, the rumor that was going around where people will remember, like the people who survive this will remember the events of Secret Wars, of Doomsday, of the old universes. And essentially all these worlds are going to combine, and it's going to be one universe, and there'll be no multiverse after that. Which obviously, regardless or not, there will be a multiverse because there's always a multiverse. But it's still kind of cool. It's like a different kind of concept. It's like a different kind of thing where we're saying, okay, well, now there's only one. You're taking Toby, Andrew, Ghost Rider. You're taking all these different universes and you're smashing them together, and it's going to put all those characters onto that one Earth in that one universe, and it'll be like universe 1 now instead of like 1999 616 838 837 617 blah 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 blah, so on and so forth. And I think that's kind of cool. It's kind of a different little concept. Once again, it's something different. It's more like a DC kind of thing, which is still kind of cool. And I'm down for it. I just want to know what your guys' thoughts are. What are you guys' thoughts about Doctor Doom actually taking over Loki and getting the power? Because I feel like Loki, in a sense, would make up for the whole, where's Scarlet Witch right now? Why don't we have a Molecule Man? What about the Kang thing that was going on? What about the Beyonder? Stuff like that. If we're not going to have them, might as well go after the God of Mischief or the God of Stories, quote unquote. Let me know what you guys thought, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.